Welcome to the Social University podcast. We are so glad you're joining us today because we want to help business owners, entrepreneurs, and people just like you who want to build their business online. Listen, if we can do it, you can do it. So let's go.
Good morning. I'm Karen Taradas with Social U, and today we are going live at 10 a.m. for What's Up Wednesday, where every Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. we come to you live to talk about social media and marketing tips, tricks, and trends. This whole month of April, we're talking about spring cleaning. Last month, we talked about your marketing overall as a plan. Today, we are talking about your website and how to get it ready for, you do need to update periodically. We're also going to cover next week social media, and then the next week email, and then your workspace. So we're going to go through the entire office, basically. So today we're going to talk about website. And first and foremost, if you just Google it, it says immediately you need to update your content once a month at the very least, which means blog or an article or news or something that's new. And you need to refresh or redo every 2 to 3 years. So as a small business owner, ask yourself, when was the last time I did that? I'm guessing it has been a while. I think that's pretty normal. A lot of people treat it like, oh, I've done that already. I don't have to do it again. And that is not the case. So let's get started. First and foremost, you have to decide what are your objectives? What do you want to happen? Do you want to grow your brand? Do you want more engagement? Do you want to get more sales? Or you want to grow your email list? You can get more engagement and sales. The first thing you have to do is check out your analytics so you kind of understand which page performs the best so you know where you are. And there's 4 things you want to look at, really. Impressions, which is the total number of times your content is displayed. No matter whether it was clicked or not. And we're going to talk about analytics for the website, but you want to find out basically when you're looking at your analytics, how many people are seeing it, how many people are clicking through, how do they get there? Like what words or phrases are they using to click through to the website, and how long do they stay? If you have 1,000 people clicking through a day, that's great. But if they're bouncing in the first 5 seconds, that's bad. Something's broken. So you need to know that so you'll know kind of where to focus. And impressions, to me, that matters most, like from your social media. Which channels bring you the most traffic? If you're getting your best engagement from Instagram, you probably need to spend more time on Instagram. So you want to find out how people are getting to you, what words are they using to search for you, and where do they go when they get there? That's what you really want to know overall. Okay. Now, spring cleaning. 3 things before we're going to get into basically your top 10 things you need to do to check and see what needs to be done based on spring cleaning. But the 3 things you have to bear in mind first, and this is just coming right out of the gate, you need to check your domain and your hosting plans. If you, and this happens all the time, people let their domain lapse. Don't do that. Make sure it's set up on auto renew. Make sure you have the domains that you need. Do you have your name.com? You probably should, and then feed it into your actual website. So if people can't remember your business name, they can at least remember your name, and you see where I'm going with this. If you need a good host, we work with Westover Hosting. Love him. That's Ben Deloach. He is a WordPress expert, but my hosting includes updates and edits, which most hosts do not, and it is a very reasonable cost. If this is something that you're interested in, definitely we'll have the link at the blog, but we will also include the link below the comments. Speaking of links, check your links. Do they work? When was the last time you tried to contact yourself or someone contacted you on your contact form? Where is it going? Are you getting those? Are you seeing those? And your icons on your website. I had this happen last week. I was talking to a potential client, and when I clicked on the website didn't come up, and she did not know this. Surprise. And then when I went to click on the icons to go to her Facebook or her Instagram or whichever platform, it went nowhere. It went to the domain, the website, the people who hosted. Not helpful for her at all. Make sure your links work, and make sure you have all of your social media links represented and easily accessible. Okay, now that we've gotten some of the preliminary stuff out of the way, let's talk about the website itself, the meat of the website. The first thing you want is a very clear message. For those of you who want to hear more about messaging, I love Donald Miller Story Brand. Love it. It's something I do believe in. You need to educate them and tell them what you do. And one of the things he says repeatedly is, if you confuse, you lose. If people don't understand what you do in the first few seconds that they're on the website, they're done already. So you need a clear and concise value proposition. A very compelling headline, very compelling tagline, very impactful descriptions. You have to immediately communicate what your business offers. And I am surprised in 2025, how many businesses will say, we're here to make your life easier. We're here to help you navigate the issue. What issue? Navigate what? Make my life easier. How? You could be an accountant or a personal trainer. What are you talking about? You have to be specific. If you're a personal trainer, it's not going to be this vague content. You're going to talk about, we help you live your best life by through physical exercise and body balance, or however you want to say it. But there should be no doubt in the customer or potential customer's mind when they read that headline on your website exactly what you do. It can't be so vague that it could apply not only to you, but to an accountant, to a bookkeeper, to a real estate agent. And you can have it. There's so many pieces of information on websites that are so vague it could go anywhere. So concise. Be concise. You want to make it easy to navigate. I'm going to say Story Brand by Donald Miller, because I totally believe this. If you go to our website, there's no navigation buttons on the top. There's a reason for that. I want you to go down our homepage because it walks you through the process of what you need to do. And I'm going to tell you exactly what actions I want you to take. But if you immediately go to our homepage and click on the blog or click on the about page, I've lost you already. So I want you to navigate down the homepage. You have to make it easy. You have to make it, and don't be so clever with what you call your content that your end user cannot find it. What's happening is a cute way to say news or blog, but people don't Google what's happening. They Google the word blog. They Google the word news or article. So you need to make it as simple as possible for your end user. Don't be so clever that you outsmart your audience. That's not good. And it needs to be, you need to have a clean, very intuitive menu with very clear structure and labeling, so that the person who's trying to find what they're trying to find can actually find it. Yeah, that's how that works. The third thing, you really need mobile responsiveness. Again, in 2025, I am surprised at how many small business owners haven't looked at their own website on their phone. Does it work? Are the words cut off? Are they jumbled? Are they crushed? That is something that your web person can fix for you. And a lot of times it's just a simple update, which again is a good reason to work with Westover, because when those updates come along, he just takes care of it. You don't have to worry about it. It's just done. Which I love. So yeah, check your website online to make sure it's mobile friendly. You have to make sure it functions there. And mobile first indexing is crucial for your search engine optimization. And search engine, in case you don't know, SEO, search engine optimization, is basically the way people find you. It's the terms they use to get to the website. Okay. The fourth thing, high quality visuals. You have to use professional photos that showcase your products and services or team or testimonials, and you want to avoid generic stock photos. Well, you avoid the generic stock photos because they can get you sued. Copyright infringement is real. You can be charged up to $5,000 a day for every day your website hosts an image that's copyrighted to someone else. You don't want to do that. So make sure your images are accessible that way. Canva's a great way to go. If you're paying for Canva, there's a good chance that those images are all included. We have a complete list of websites that offer copyright-free images. We can probably include that as a download or a link very soon so you can see it. You definitely want to make sure that you're using clean. There's just no excuse for pixelated image, and there's no excuse for an image that has a watermark on it. Come on. Come on, you're just begging to be sued at that point. So don't do that. And we have had customers in the past who have been sued. Thank goodness it was not a mistake that we made. It was a mistake. They worked with a separate company for web design, and the company they worked with used an image that was copyrighted. They got caught. Thousands of dollars a day. It was brutal. Don't do that. Clear call to action. This goes back to your messaging. You have to tell people when they get to the website, what do you want them to do? Do you want them to go to contact us, shop now, learn more, get this download? You have to use very strong action verbs and very distinct visual buttons. Our colors, if you haven't figured it out by looking behind me or looking at any of our content, are orange and purple. That's what they are. Our button to schedule a call on our website is lime green because it needs to stand out. That's one of the best ways for us to work, is to have somebody reach out to us through Calendly. It helps me get it scheduled. I'm happy to talk and answer questions and help however I can. But that's the action I want you to take. We also have a pop-up that will allow you to get downloads. And I love free downloads. So we do change that and swap that up from time to time. But that's the action we want to go with. So that's what we push on the website. Your contact information and location really need to be easy for customers to find, especially if you're brick and mortar. If you're brick and mortar and they can't easily find your address, your phone number, your email, yikes. You also need to have a contact form for those people who don't want to pick up a phone. They should be able to message you or email you easily without confusion or irritation. And if you know your business is hard to find, put a map to it on the contact us page with an X so they can see where they're going. Yes, our office is on the second floor of a building, but you have to come around the building and come in the back. There's no entrance on the front. And I put that everywhere for people who come to this office. Pull around to the back. You want to make it as easy as possible. You also want to make sure you have an About Us page. And again, a lot of small businesses omit this part. Tell your story. How did you get started? What makes you interesting? It helps build trust with your potential customers when they kind of understand your journey, and it allows you to showcase not only your company values, but your team as well. And I would tell you, showcase your team. So many times clients are afraid to have team members on their website or their social media because it is challenging. They don't want to have their employees scalped. If they're happy, they're not going anywhere. You 100% need to feature people. It makes people feel good. And that's your job as a boss, is to inspire and motivate your team. Highlighting somebody as employee of the month is a great way to do that. I'm just saying. Okay. Next, what number are we on? I have to look because I'm that many years old. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. What? Oh, wow. 4, 5, 6, 7. We're on 7 is About Us. Okay. 8 is customer testimonials and reviews. Testimonials, third-party endorsement. It works. Don't believe me? Go look on Google. It works. Yelp. It works. Google reviews. People check testimonials, and the younger the person, the more likely they are to look at the testimonials before they reach out to you ever. It builds your credibility and establishes social proof by showcasing positive customer feedback. You can include quotes, ratings, logos of trusted review sites, however you want to do it. You can have your Google reviews fed directly into your website. You can have a testimonials page. Again, however you want to do it, but have it available so people can see it. Third-party testimonials, they work. Why not take advantage of that? And the only thing better than written is video. If you have somebody talking about you, even better. A blog or a resource section. Again, ideally, you want to change your content at least once a month. The best, fastest, easiest way to do that is through a blog. You want to provide valuable content to attract and engage your target audience, and it will improve your search engine optimization if you incorporate relevant keywords. If you sell shoes and the word shoe isn't on your homepage, you're missing the boat. But you're also missing the boat if you don't say the word shoe in every single blog post, because that's how people are finding you. You have to make it easy for them to find you. And fast loading. If it takes too long, and when I say too long, I mean more than a few seconds for your images to load, it's problematic and people will leave. That's why you get a high bounce rate. The information's not loading because it's not optimized. So make sure your website's optimized for fast loading times so you can improve the user experience and your overall SEO. And you definitely want to implement the SSL to protect your users' data and build trust. And for those of you who don't know, SSL is basically a lock on your website so it can't be hacked into. So people know if they leave their email with you, you're a trusted, reliable resource that's not going to allow their information to be hacked into. It's not a big ask. It's a very minimal, I just want to make sure my information is protected. That's all. Very simple. And again, back to your website host. If you have a good host, they've installed this for you, you're good to go, you're done. Those are the top 10 action items you really need when you're spring cleaning. And the top 5 types of content that work best on a website, because a lot of people will be what do I need to include? Where am I? Video. I've said it repeatedly. I've said it for years. 82% of marketers report video has improved dwell time. People, and I can give you statistics all day. People are much more likely to buy from you if you have a video that explains your offer, your product, your process. Especially what you do is even remotely confusing, even a little bit. Give them a video that helps them understand how to use it and how to make the process work. The second thing, you want to make sure your SEO optimized. I've mentioned that, but that content establishes credibility, it builds expertise, and it has long-term engagement. If we have a blog and we do about when you get hacked on Facebook, it gets a ton of traction because people get hacked on Facebook actually pretty frequently. And we kind of walk them through the steps for what they can do. It's not always super helpful because that customer service isn't great, but at least we can point them in the right direction. The third thing, downloadable resources. You've got to capture the email. If you've been following me for any length of time, I will tell you, I love social media. It's amazing, but it's rented property. And if Facebook shut down tomorrow, what would you have? Well, you better be getting those emails. And the best way to do that, it's the difference between renting and owning the lead, email versus social media. Downloadable resources encourage email capture. It can be a checklist, a quiz, a graphic, a white paper, an infographic, whatever is your most commonly asked question, make it available as a download so that you can capture the emails. And then, this is going to sound hilarious. Use the email. Contact those people regularly so you can stay on top of mind and they remember to purchase from you. The fourth thing, and I've said this already, you have to have great graphics or infographics. The graphics have to be good. They have to explain the service, the feature, the product easily. People are much more likely to buy from you if they can see it. That's just the way it is. Most people are visual creatures, so you just need to show them what you need to show them. And then number 5, again, testimonials or user-generated content. It builds trust, authenticity. It fosters community engagement. It provides valuable insight. It enhances brand visibility. It drives higher conversion rates by leveraging real customer experience and endorsements. So that's a big part of what you need to be on the lookout for. That is it for this week. We have talked about the website, spring cleaning. Join us next week where we're going to talk about social media spring cleaning. And these should be minor tweaks you can make that will up your game some. But definitely make sure your social media links are on your website. When was the last time you checked? Do you still have a Google Plus link? Yeah, take it down. I'm just throwing that out there. Thanks for joining me this morning. Till next week, I am Karen Taradas, and I'm here to help. Thanks.
Thanks for joining us for the Social University podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to follow us on all of our social media at Stay Social U. That's the letter U. And we will talk to you next week. Remember, you've got this.